Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Vuk Dulanovic with Big City Realty. I'm sitting down with Christopher today. We're in Mississauga. We're talking about development properties and specifically EXS.
Yes.
Welcome, Christopher.
Thank you so much for having me, Vuk. It's always a pleasure. You know, yourself and the Big City team have been such great partners with Camrost, starting all the way back with the residences of Upper East Village, throughout all EX1, 2, 3, then with the Frederick, which we just launched, and now here we are, EXS. So happy to have you from the team here. I know you and I have had a lot of fun conversations, most recently at the Frederick, so really excited to chat today.
Awesome, cool. I love the energy. So tell me where, we're in Mississauga, but tell me a little bit about EXS. So
for sure. Yeah, so listen, we're here to talk about our last building in Exchange District, right? So Exchange District is our award-winning master plan community in the heart of downtown Mississauga. We've launched EX1, EX2, EX3 over the past couple of years, sold out almost 1,500 units. Very rapidly, the market absorbed them, just like that. And here we are with our most limited and boutique building, EXS. So what makes EXS so special is really three things. So the first is the service offering that's going to be here in this building. The second is the level of finishes that we're bringing. And lastly, the amenities available to this building. So when you think about EXS, we're going to talk about Exchange a little bit first, but when you think about EXS, we really cherry-picked everything we loved from the different Exchange District buildings and brought it into EXS to bring it a level above. Now, with EXS, that service component really comes from the fact that there's a hotel in it. So the boutique hotel in the development is going into this building, and because of that, we're offering the hotel services to the residents. So if they so choose, they can opt into things like housekeeping, room service, turn down services, dog walking, interior landscaping, lifestyle management, all those kind of things you expect to see in a high-end boutique hotel or high-end boutique residence in Yorkville, you're finally going to be able to have here in Mississauga. Now, this is important for a couple of reasons. Number one, this offering just doesn't exist in Mississauga currently. And you know better than anyone, when you have a unique offering in a highly sought after area, like downtown Mississauga, that will always hold value into the future, right? Long term, this is a great investment play because of the value and the scarcity offered by this product. Secondly, I wanted to talk about the level of finishes for this building. So, you know, with this building, because of the service component, we're also bringing higher level of finishes. We're bringing in Miele appliances, we're bringing in Kohler plumbing fixtures, we're bringing in Trevisana imported Italian kitchens, and that really couples well with the service offering that we're bringing to this project. Lastly, the level of amenities you're going to see in EXS. So EXS has access to all the amenities you'd expect from the district, from Exchange District, right? The award-winning restaurants we're bringing in, Biblos, Zaza Coffee, and Edo Sushi, the on-site grocery store, the pedestrian piazza that was designed by BDP from London, England, all the retail shops that are going in. You have access to all those amenities, and then the municipal amenities like the Civic District with Celebration Square, City Hall, Living Arts Center, the retail amenities with Square One being right across the street. And then lastly, the building amenities itself, such as 20,000 square foot Exchange Club, which will have a basketball court, swimming pool, social gathering spaces, games lounge, rooftop terrace with barbecues and lounge seating. So really, when you look at those three things, the service offering we're bringing to EXS, the level of finishes we're bringing to EXS, and the amenities provided by this offering, you see that EXS really is a level above from anything in this Mississauga downtown core.
Sure. And I mean, location-wise, you're prime time, like right in the center of it.
This is it, the most enviable location in Mississauga. When you consider that every project wants to be next to Square One. We are truly next to Square One. And we're on the good side of Square One. We're on the high-end side of Square One. So you get, you know, you look across the street, it's Holt Renfrew, it's Tory Burch, it's Salvatore Ferragamo, it's all these high-end designers are on the side we face. On top of that, you're a 3-minute walk from the upcoming Huron-Ontario LRT. So transit across the region for whatever the purpose, be it jobs, prosperity, or entertainment, will be a breeze. You're situated right between three major highways. You're a short drive to Pearson Airport. You've got Korea Park right across the street, and then within a 10 to 15 minute walk or bike ride, you have an additional 20 parks.
Sure.
So really, this is center ice of Mississauga.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, there's zero reasons to not buy.
That's it. That's honestly that's our stance.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
at the end of the day, it's a very high level of product coming from a reputable developer that's been around for 45 years and has a history of delivering projects and buildings based on what we said or how we said we would. So you've got the reputable developer, and then lastly, you've got the amenities of the building and what this building represents. So at the end of the day, it really ticks those three boxes, and we're able to offer this incredible product, a limited amount of product, but we're able to offer this incredible product to your purchasers.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, the one thing we get, especially now, is price point. Everybody's very sensitive to price point. It's escalating and doesn't seem to be coming down. I know that pre-construction pricing is different than resale. You've got a whole bunch of other things to calculate.
Right.
Let's say resale prices come down over the next couple of years. Is the model for builders going to change? Like, are you going to start not building? Are you going to build less? Or can pre-construction pricing get impacted down the road?
Well, I think that's a very good question. And I think it's a question a lot of purchasers will have on their mind. I think something to fundamentally understand, and you know this better than I do because you play both in pre-construction and in resale, is that there's just a fundamental lack of supply in the Toronto and Ontario marketplace. So at the end of the day, the market fundamentals are there. You've got more immigrants coming in. You've got 400,000 immigrants that the federal government says they want to bring in.
Per year.
Per year, exactly, per year. You've got a young generation that is looking to leave the house if financially feasible. You've got the baby boomer generation that is staying in their houses longer than any generation previous to them, and not putting those houses up on the market to rotate. And because of the rapid sort of appreciation we've had over the past decade in Toronto, you've got less and less people who are willing to sort of upgrade to the next price tier. So all of these things point to a very limited supply. So at the end of the day, when you look at sort of the economics of supply and demand, if more supply is not introduced to the market, prices, feasibly you can't see prices lowering. Yeah. A lot of things impact pre-construction costs. There are our construction costs, there are development costs, there are city taxes we have to pay that year over year go up in quite high order. So
more than inflation.
Definitely more than inflation. We'd be happy with inflation increase on our development charges. But there's so many moving parts that impact the cost of pre-construction that at the end of the day, we're in this to build homes and to put supply onto the market. So until we start seeing construction costs go down, until we start seeing more approachable sort of levies and fees from the city, it's really tough for us to cut prices any more than they already are. And at the end of the day, we price based on the product offering that we're giving, right? Camrost being the developer we are, we've had projects all across the spectrum in terms of the quality of product we're producing. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's always a quality product, but we have middle market product, we have high-end product, we have customizable product. So that'll always play into it. But at the end of the day, I think, for your purchasers who are unsure of the market, it's very easy to just look at the lack of supply that exists in Ontario. I think CIBC and the Globe and Mail put out a study that said Toronto needs 100,000 new homes per year in addition to what we're currently putting out just to match the index of our growth. When you look at the fact that we're only putting out, call it 30 to 70,000 new residences, be it pre-construction, be it high-rise, low-rise, mid-rise, whatever it may be, you see that there's a massive gap there. Yep. So I think in terms of supply, we still have a long way to go to catch up and to be able to really address the pricing that we're seeing in today's market.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I mean, at any given point in time, the way I look at it there's about 5,000 units available for sale. And I'm just talking about resale.
Sure.
At any point in time in like the, greater Toronto area, including Mississauga. 5,000 units, houses, condos.
Yep.
What's our population?
It's a little bit higher than 5,000.
Exactly.
I'll tell you that much. It's a little bit higher.
So just that number alone tells you there's a squeeze.
Yep.
And so, I mean, what do you see for Mississauga in the future? I mean, the LRT's coming in.
Sure.
It's a big city. It's grown a lot. Can it grow much, much more?
Well, I think so, because at the end of the day, when you look at the metrics, like job opportunities, employment base, household income, schools offered, it's Mississauga is extraordinarily comparable to downtown Toronto. When you look at household income based on the latest census, not that far off Mississauga and Toronto. When you look at household makeup, not that far off Mississauga and Toronto. When you look at access to higher education, very similar. When you look at jobs, Mississauga is a massive job hub, right? Over 40,000 companies exist here today. You've got over 70 Fortune 500 companies that have their head offices here. You've got all of these massive tech companies that are now setting up shop in Toronto and Mississauga. So in terms of, does Mississauga have the runway for the future? I think it has it today. I think that's not even a future thing. I think the infrastructure and everything is there today that warrants, like runway and appreciation for Mississauga. When we look at the past few years, since we launched EX1 to where we sit today, you've seen Mississauga grow and appreciate faster than Toronto. And it's because people have seen that it was undervalued to what it should be. So yes, to answer your question, I think Mississauga has quite a lot of runway left.
Awesome. So it's going to be priced a little bit under Toronto prices?
I think, when you look at how the market is shaping up in Mississauga today, and you look at the projects that are on the market as well as our own exchange district pricing, I think, you should be comfortable in that range.
Awesome. Occupancy date?
We're looking at a mid-2024. So what's great and what's very unique about this opportunity is that it's a project that is currently under construction.
Wow,
so it is an opportunity for residents to move in very rapidly to a home that they're buying, or for investors, this offers an opportunity for them to enter into the market much more rapidly and start getting that precious cash flow immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a high-end product. So you'll attract higher-end, tenants, people.
That's
Those
it,
are good people to work with.
Exactly.
Always. Cool. Thank you very much, Chris.
Awesome, Buck.
Great seeing you.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. You guys enjoy yourself, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks. Have a good one.